4 a.m. and I can't sleep. So I make myself a coffee, turn on some lo-fi music, and I kick back on the couch with my RG35XX SP. See, I've been on a Zelda binge for the past week or so, and I've been making my way through the Minish Cap, a GBA game that I never played before, and I'm absolutely loving the fact that I get to experience it for the first time on this Anbernic system. And for some reason, out of the many systems that I own, I've been gravitating toward the RGSP, and not because it's the most powerful or the most compact, it's just this system feels... I don't know how to explain it. There's just something about this specific system that has really captivated me. Maybe it's the ability to be able to just shut the thing in half, toss in my pocket without worrying about the screen getting scratched, or maybe because I customized it to look like a mini PlayStation. I don't know. And recently, having to pack a go bag because our city is being devastated by fires, a thought crossed my mind, like if I could only pick one system to take with me, which one am I grabbing? And apart from obviously grabbing my Steam Deck, here are the 8 reasons why I think if I had to choose just one system to keep out of all of the ones I own, it's this one that I would pick. First off, one of the coolest features of this device is the fact that it has HDMI out. I've actually gotten my wife into playing video games with me through this feature alone, which is a big feat in and of itself. She now owns a Miyoo Mini and we play a ton of games at night to wind down. It's absolutely awesome. And with its Bluetooth connectivity, I just connect an external controller and suddenly we're playing Mario Kart like it's 1996. My Tremu Burke and Smart Pro, they don't have this HDMI out feature. This thing is a literal mini N64, PlayStation, Dreamcast, SNES, all combined in one that you can take with you on the go and you're able to play it on your TV. To me, this is the main feature why I would pack this one over all the other ones that I own. Secondly, I love how this system emulates Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. Out of all my other systems, this is my system of choice when emulating those classic games. My setup is pretty simple. I just use the default GBC overlay for Game Boy Color games and likewise for Game Boy games, but I use the .glsp shader as I found that one to be the most visually appealing. Additionally, if you go into the core options and turn on Game Boy colorization to internal, you can shuffle through tons of different color schemes to find the right one that feels best to you. A couple games that I've really been getting into are Space Marauder. It's a sci-fi side-scroller that I feel like something I would have played on my TI-83 back in the day, for all the OGs out there. Kirby Dream Land 2 on Game Boy, which is just an absolute classic, and Pokemon Prism, a Pokemon ROM hack that's been really fun. Let me know if you have any hidden gems to suggest, because I always love finding new games to play. Third reason is the sleep functionality. I love the fact that I can just close the lid of the system and let it sleep.
Do it fast, flip it open, flip it closed.
Then when I'm ready to pick up and play a quick round or two, I can just open it back up and pick up where I left off. It's such a seamless process and I find myself doing this a lot at work, for better or worse. And with that, the fourth reason is the portability and battery life. With up to 8 hours of battery life and its clamshell design, this thing takes the cake in terms of being one of the best portable systems out there. There's something so satisfying being able to just shut the lid and toss it in my bag or pocket and I'm just good to go. And something that I noticed with its battery life, this system actually doesn't need to be recharged as much as I do when I play my Miyoo Mini Plus. The fifth reason is the amount of aftermarket customizations that are out there. This system has a ton of aftermarket mods that you can install to really make it unique. For me, I did install the PS1 sticker theme, but there are so many more out there on Etsy, and I'm very tempted to buy a second system so I can mod that one out too. The Super Nintendo sticker mod is really tempting me. I know this has become a problem. I need to go find a group at this point, but look at how many amazing customizations are out here. From the buttons to the lid stickers, I just love how the community has grown so much that there's just so many options out there now. The sixth reason is retro achievements, and I know you can install retro achievements on any other system that runs RetroArch and has Wi-Fi, and this is something that I was pretty late to the game to, but I never thought that retro achievements would make this big of a difference when experiencing and replaying all of my old favorite games. And retro achievements, they do look better on this system than say the Miyoo Mini Plus, as it actually shows the icons when activated. It functions really well when paired paired with Amberdick devices, so if you have one, do yourself a favor if you haven't already. It takes a second to make an RA account. The feeling like you're making progress that you can actually show for breathes new life into all these older games that I'm playing. It's definitely more of a psychological thing, but I didn't expect to enjoy hearing that sound effect whenever getting a new achievement. Reason number 7 is the fact that this system plays up to PSP. I'm still waiting on my Mii U Flip, which should be coming sometime in February, but from all the reviews I've watched, I still think this older system is a solid contender. Not to mention, there are constant sales going on, making this system very affordable for first-time buyers. And the fact that you can squeeze out some PSP and Dreamcast games is insane value for what you're getting. However, I will admit that I rarely play anything above PS1 on this system, as I find my Razer Edge and Tremue Smart Pro are much more enjoyable to play those higher demanding games. That may sound like a downside, but for me, it's very nice to have a system that is dedicated for older titles specifically. And lastly, I don't even know if this is gonna make sense, but it just has that it factor. There's something about this device that I cannot really put into words, and I can't effectively communicate why I love it so much, but there's just something about this system that does it for me. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but for me, this system really has a special place in my heart, as its design is very similar to the Game Boy SP, which is a system that I really wish I had growing up and I never got it. So it could be that, who knows, but all in all, when you combine all of these factors into one package that's super portable and it has HDMI out, and that makes it the system that I would choose over all of the other systems if I only had to choose one. However, that's not happening because I love all of my devices. I would just chuck them all in a bag, but for now, this is the system that has been capturing most of my attention. And with that, I hope you guys like and subscribe. I have a ton more videos coming down the pipeline, and I actually made a Ko-Fi, I don't know how to pronounce this website, Ko-Fi account. It's a site where you can actually help me by donating, which goes toward all the productions in the future. So if it sounds like something you're interested in helping out with, definitely check that out. Link is in the description. And with that, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one.